What's happening, everybody? Here we are, another Thursday night on the grind. We're coming at you live on the Grind Facebook page, the Grind YouTube channel, American Drag Seats Facebook page. We're trying to give you all of the avenues to watch the show. Well, let's go on and kick tonight off with let's get our sponsors up in here. Hold on, I gotta read the text messages. What's up, Uncle Bruno? I see we got some viewers in the house, man. Please leave a comment where you are watching from so I know everybody's here. First up tonight is our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine. Urban Rides Magazine is one of the largest national print magazines catering to all aspects of the custom motorcycle industry, with monthly digital of both Urban Rides and its counterpart, Street Baggers Magazine. Urban Rides Magazine also does quarterly print issues with the best articles from both magazines, and you can get your free digital or order your print copies at urbanridesmagazine.com. Urban Rides Magazine and Street Bagger. Check it out and put them both on the screen. Check that out. How you like that, apples right there? Look at that. Look at that. It looks good. Go check them out at urbanridesmagazine.com or Urban Rides Magazine on Facebook, and go get you, man. Go get you that free digital print or get the hard copy, man. It's worth it. I'm telling you, this shit's awesome. Next up, our good friends over at J&D Custom Polishing and Plating. You guys know the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Gary Dubois, for those that don't know how to say it, like me. The best chrome plating, best polishing, nickel, copper, chrome, silver, 24 karat gold. As you can see, they do dent removal, straightening, and polishing of stainless steel and aluminum trims, zinc, die cast, pot, metal, repair, and restoration is their specialty. Over 60 years of experience in the custom polishing and plating world, commitment to quality service from start to finish, and award-winning craftsmanship. You gotta go check them out. Hit them up and let them know Kevin with the Grind sent you. Next up is our good friends over at Stellar Customs, stellarcustoms.com. Very simple. You want a badass real carbon fiber windshield for your touring bike? Hit them up. You can get them. They're awesome. They are awesome. Go check them out at stellarcustoms.com. Order some stuff and let them know Kevin with the Grind sent you. Next up, our good friends over at Indiana and Northern Illinois Thunder Roads Magazine. I don't even know what to say about these guys other than it's a cool magazine. You can get them in Indiana and Northern Illinois. The Thunder Roads Magazine is awesome. I've got subscriptions. I get mailed copies to me because I'm not close enough to get them. So they mail me the copies. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, they are awesome, awesome magazines. Go check them out. Get your subscription up there and let them know Kevin with the Grind sent you. Next up, our good buddy over at Hopkins Design, Earl Hopkins himself, does webs, print, branding, video, hosting, original artworks. He does drone footage. He builds websites. He makes logos. I mean, the guy's just amazing at what he does. The drone footage. Remember this. He also does documentary style stuff. He can do commercials for you. He can do whatever you need done when it comes to branding and taking care of your business. Hit him up at hopkinsdesign.com or hit him up at Earl Hopkins on Facebook. But whatever you do, let him know Kevin with the Grind sent you. Next up, right here, American Drag Seats. AmericanDragSeats.com, 25 years of experience in the upholstery world. Anything from leather tooling to inlays to stitch work, reshaping your factory seats. We even sell a full line of aftermarket Harley Davidson seats, American Iron Horse seats. We have our custom airbag systems, integrated sissy bar systems. If you need any information, go to it, AmericanDragSeats.com. Go to us on Facebook, American Drag Seats /Attitude Inc. on Facebook. Next up is our good friends over at Hell Speed Shop. And you want cool swag, go to hellspeedshop.com, go check it out, look for the grind banner, get you 10% off. It's their shirts are badass. They're making the short sleeve flannels now. They're making the long sleeve flannels that are badass. They've got hats, they've got t-shirts, they got everything you need. You gotta go check them out at hellspeedshop.com. Order some swag up and let them know Kevin with the grind sent you. Next up, Legacy Bike Works right here in Manville, Texas. Legacy Bike Works on Facebook, Legacy Bike Works on Instagram. There's no website yet. It's coming. Eventually, it's coming. Mild to wild upgrades, stereo systems to full-blown competition bikes. We do tuning in-house. We do custom metal fabrication. We do fiberglass fabrication. You want something cool, just hit us up at Legacy Bike Works on Facebook or Instagram. So what's happening, everybody? Let me get over here and say my shout outs to everybody. What's up, Uncle Bruno? What's up, Smooth Dan Juban, Mr. Robert Davis, Patrick Price, Clyde Janvrin. Always good to see Clyde in the house. I know that man stays busy. It's good to see you watching again tonight. What's up, my friend, Mr. Kevin Baird, Miss Sweetheart Janice Juban in the house. Yo, Mr. Logan Black. What's up, Nancy? It's good to see you in the house. What's up, Pedro the Engraver? My good friend Jeremy Valentine right here in the house watching tonight. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Man, I've got a show tonight that you've seen me do it 1,000 times. I've said it 1,000 times, but guess what? It ain't got nothing to do with stereo systems. Tonight, it's all about the metal work. Tonight, it's all about the metal fabrication. Tonight, it's all about the frames and the motors and the different combinations of shit you can possibly do. I don't have a guest, but I don't need a guest because it's the shit I do. Hold on. I'm bald. My head itches. Get over it. I'm secure. You should be secure. But anyway, what I really wanted to talk, he said, what? No way. So what I wanted to talk about tonight was I'm very blessed. I have met people all over the world, literally all over the world. What's up, Mr. William Cole? Because of this show. This show is 100% about bringing people together, 100% about meeting new people, hopefully making some lifelong friends. But the other side of that coin is also about talking to people, bouncing ideas off of each other, things of that nature. Now, I will say this. Y'all have to excuse me. Hold on. Sorry. I had spaghetti for dinner. I had something on my tooth. Anyway, I have made so many kick-ass friends on this show. And when I say friends, I mean friends that I would like to believe if I called in need, they would be there. But maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they live too far away. But I will say this. I know I have met some really kick-ass people. What's up, Mr. Jeremy Goheen? People that make products, people that invent stuff, people that just do things because they're creative, like-minded human beings, and we all get along for that very reason. Now, I've also met some assholes. Of course, we all have. We know that. I have a big mouth. I have ideas for stuff I want to do, creative ideas for stuff I want to do. Things that I've not yet seen in America. And I tell some people, and for your friend in Africa, get with Christina White. She's living there now and waiting for dual citizenship. Absolutely. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate you. But I have this thing about me. I get excited. Spaghetti matches your shirt. Yeah. Hopefully it's not my teeth. But I get excited about things because I like to create stuff. Now, I will say this, and I say this just as proud as anything else I say. I am not the best metal fabricator out there. There are some things I struggle with, and I struggle with, and I struggle with, and I struggle with. I'm not the best motorcycle seat guy out there either. There are things with doing upholstery that I struggle with that are just hard to do. I get a lot of shit from my friends because I get ideas in my head And sometimes they're unrealistic ideas. But it's not that I think I get in my own way sometimes. And when I say that, what I mean is I get to looking at something and thinking about something. And I'll tell you right now, man, I've had dreams, be dead asleep 3 o'clock in the morning, start dreaming about some metalwork and shit. I'm not saying everybody does that, but I do that. I don't keep a notebook on the side of my bed so I can write ideas down. I look at it like this. If it was a good idea, I'm going to remember it the next day when I wake up. If it was a shitty idea, well, you know what? I didn't remember it on purpose. But there are things out there that I feel capable of doing, but I've not had the opportunities to do them because I work a full-time day job. I host the Grind Biker Build Off. I own American Drag Seats, and I'm helping my son with his company, Legacy Bike Works. I stay so busy doing things that even my friends call me, hey, man, can you make this for me? Yeah, I need 2 or 3 months in advance so that I can just have time to slide it in here and there. What did Chris say? Realistic is just cookie cutting everyone else. I don't know where that comment came from. Was it something I said that made you say that, Chris B? Thank you for watching on YouTube. I appreciate that. For all you guys that don't know, you can go to YouTube and watch these videos live on YouTube. The Grind Biker Build Off on YouTube. Chris B, thank you so much for watching there. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. My point is that I get in these zones sometimes, and I start thinking of all these ideas that I can do. I can do this, I can do that. Man, I want to build this, I want to build that. And I'm just like everybody else. Sometimes I overload my plate. What's up, Frank Klotz? Thank you for watching, sure. But I've tried, as the older I've gotten, I've tried to be more realistic with my abilities. And what I mean by that is I used to never, ever, ever tell anybody no. It didn't matter if I had 60 seats. I would just, hell yeah, I'll get your seat done. I'd put people in line, and I literally got to the point I was assembly lining custom handmade seats, which is really, really hard to do that. What's up, Uncle Bruno, watching from YouTube and Facebook? Hell yeah. But my point is that I'm a daydreamer at heart. I daydream all the time. I'm always thinking of stuff I can do. And some things I'm good at, and I don't know why I'm good at them because I've never been professionally trained. I sucked in high school when it came to mathematics. But as an adult, working with mathematics every day in the metal work and stuff that I do, I've got it just makes sense now. Like it came into focus. But there's some things I can't do. I just don't have the tools to make it happen. Some things I have the best intentions when I start out, like, man, this is going to be so awesome when I'm done with it. And I beat the metal until it's a pile of jelly. I mean, it's just bleh. And there's nothing I can do to salvage it. I get frustrated. I give up on the project and move on to something else. Sometimes you have to do that. For all you people out there that are watching that are actually welders that weld on a regular basis. And when I say weld on a regular basis, I'm not saying that you have to be a professionally trained welder or that that's got to be your profession, but hobbyists, people that weld on a regular basis know exactly what I'm about to say because they've experienced it. There is a time when you're a welder, when you walk up to a piece of metal that you've welded 1,000 times, but this one day you're sitting there trying to weld it and you're just blowing holes in it. You can't get the metal to work the way you want it to. And I used to, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I used to get so frustrated and get just mad and just sit there and just until I got it. I had an old man tell me, he goes, hey, when you get to that point and you're blowing holes in it, instead of trying to keep working, he said, turn the damn welder off and walk away. Get away from it. Go outside, have a cold drink, take a break, get your thoughts right, relax. You got to get out of that bad mood and you've got to get relaxed. Some of the best welding you're ever going to see is from somebody that's very relaxed. Their mind is kind of clear, and not trying to sound too shaman on you, but you kind of zen with the metal. You kind of get in that fluid motion, and then you're welding the same piece you were just screwing up. Now all of a sudden it's welding like butter and you're laying dimes. Well, if you're a welder, you understand when that day hits, you have to walk away. You can't just keep screwing up the metal. Um, just like with building some of these bikes, I don't think the 3 or 4 really close friends I have in this industry, I kind of think some days I piss you guys off because all I ever want to do is talk about building bikes and what I want to do and how I want to do it. Or for some of y'all, all I ever want to talk about is business and, how to run a business and how to do your taxes, how to pay your bills, how to, manage your money. And I think sometimes I just overtake conversations because I'm so passionate about these things that there's no real chance for just friendship, just two buddies talking, you know? And because that, I do apologize. But the reality of it is, I have so many passions, period. It's just not funny. And a lot of the friends that I have on that watch this show participate, actually call me on a Tuesday afternoon for no reason. Those are my go-to people because they think like me. But sometimes I kind of think they wish I would just shut up because I literally can talk business of any type. I can talk fabrication of any type. I can talk to you about any of that stuff. And just, man, I'm in my happy place. He said, JB Mafia. I tell you guys, man, there's some fun. There's some stuff out there. JB Weld's one of them. JB Weld, Rattle Can Mafia, blah, 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 blah. Y'all know what's up. I am so glad to see my buddy Daniel Roby on the show. Dude, do you have 5 minutes, Daniel? Come on the show. Just give me a thumbs up if you do. Do you have 5 minutes to come onto the show? Yay or nay, Roby? Buck Tackett. What's up, Buck? Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Let me send this over because I really want to talk to him. Let's go. Man. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Thank you guys for holding on to a second. What's up, Mr. Timothy Skates? I'm going to try to get my buddy Daniel Roby on the show real quick. I know I was on talking about the bikes and stuff, but I want to talk to Daniel real quick. Let's see if we can get him on here pretty quick. Man, I really appreciate you guys watching from YouTube. That's awesome. That makes me so happy. Here we go with the Spray Can Mafia now. Dude, the Spray Can Mafia could be a really cool t-shirt. I'm just saying. I might work on doing that. What's up, Mr. Tim McNamer? I like those reels you're doing on Instagram, man. Those are pretty cool. When you having skates on. Timothy Skates said he doesn't want to do the show unless he comes physically here to the studio, the shop, and gets on here live. But he lives like 2 hours away from me. But I am willing to have Mr. Skates on this show anytime he is ready to go live. Tim, you got big news? Give me a little bit now. I'm going to send you a request and you can give the big news on the show if you want. Give me a big thumbs up or a yes if you want to do that. Where is my buddy Daniel Roby at? So September, see, Dan, that would be really good. You sold Ballistic. What? Oh, for Pete's sakes. So what are you going to do now, Tim? Oh, my God. Tim McNamer just commented that he sold Ballistic. What the hell? Yeah, congratulations on selling it, but why? Kevin, you need to take this show on the road and drive to Tim Skates. Man, he lives so far away, but you're probably right. You're 100% right, Uncle Bruno.
What up?
What up? So, dude, I watch you. I'm probably honestly one of your biggest fans, and I'm going to tell you why.
All right.
You make me fucking tired, bro. I need naps following you. You get up so early in the morning, but I know for a fact I watched you go live at 11 o'clock at night in Daytona, and then you're up at 4 and you're walking the dog or you're walking and you're all chipper. And I'm thinking, what is this dude on? I can't be that positive.
Shit, man. I just started, I lost a lot of weight, started working out. Little extra testosterone doesn't hurt anything. Peptides, that kind of stuff. But yeah, man. It's I lost like 90 pounds, so I feel pretty amazing.
Pounds?
Yeah.
You didn't have 90 pounds to lose.
After I wrecked when I was in Panama, I got up there to about 315, something like that. Yeah.
What? Well, you carried it extremely well then.
I mean, well, no one saw me for a little while because when I broke my ribs front and back, I didn't ride that much because I couldn't really move around. So, yeah, no one saw me for a couple months, but I could eat. I couldn't really walk, but I could eat. So, yeah, man, I just decided to get healthy, man.
So, dude, I have a couple questions I want to ask you because I'm just curious, and you don't have to answer them because I know you're live, but I'm curious. So you live in Ohio, right? That's where
I live in Ohio and in Myrtle Beach.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say. But do you actually have a house in Myrtle Beach on the beach?
It's a beach community. So I don't know. It takes me about 5 minutes to walk to the beach.
So, okay. So, because I was thinking, man, I want to know how you afford to drive everywhere you go from east to west, north to south. But dude, literally, I want to say there was one day you were in Arizona and by lunchtime the next day you were in Myrtle Beach. And I was like, okay, hold on.
No, I was, let's see, I left last time I was in Arizona. I mean, I was in Ohio, and then a couple of days later I was in Myrtle.
Well,
heck, 2 weeks ago, I went to the yellow bike behind me. I don't know if you can see me. I went to pick that bike up, and gosh, I drove 1,470 miles, and I left Friday my phone died. I left Friday at like 9:30 a.m. and I was back, Saturday night.
Hey. So those are all those are your personal bikes now.
Yeah, these are. I don't know if I can't really turn around, but yeah, I've got my 30, which is my everyday rider. I've had it for a while. Then that's the yellow CVO I just picked up. This is my new audio bike, built by Audio Concepts. It's sponsored by DC Limitless Lithium. It is a middleweight monster. It's a big boy. Let's see what else we got here. I got the Epic. It's a, I don't know if you remember the Epic company, Chris Etter.
Yep.
Had it out. Yeah. Had the company for a while, whatever, started the company, but it's an Epic Road King. So it's a Road King built to look like a FXR.
Yeah.
My tried and true Dyna. And this is my build bike right there. That's a Softail, Dirty Tail. Trying to get it ready for Sturgis. We don't know if it's going to make it or not. Just doesn't have a lot of work. There's the wheels for it. 26, SMT Big Fatty with matching rear. So yeah. Wow. I like bikes, man. I go, I just trade them. There's a couple staples in the garage. There's things that will never go anywhere. That's the Dyna. The Dyna will be there forever. And really, the audio bike, Like I said, I think I've been doing really well. I think I'm
Where's the
still learning
tattoo
it, but
bike?
that thing's been kicking ass. Say what?
Where's the tattoo bike?
Oh, it's gone, man. I sold that at Sturgis a couple years ago.
Oh, okay. So that's when you say some leave, some come.
Yeah. It's, shoot, 2 weeks ago, I had Scott Owens, the Insane Asylum Burgundy Fat Tire here. You know, I had it for a little while and then did some wheel and deal, and I wanted to try something else. So that's the bike behind me is that was built by Chuck Hill. It's that yellow one is it was built by Chuck Hill, and it was David Hicks bike. I mean, it's a beast. It's 128 horsepower, 130 torque. And it's audio bike. Audio Concepts originally did the bike. Then the Cody Butler redid some stuff on it. So that bike is a featherweight or lightweight audio bike. Yeah. So
Wow.
I like audio, man.
Yeah. Well,
But
yeah.
I mean, my everyday rider is this. I mean, that's my everyday rider, dude. That is the tried and true. That little 30 right there, dude. That thing rides just like a bone stock motorcycle.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. Yep. If I can just keep the flamethrower under control because it's going into paint next week. May or may not have done a little melting, but that's all right. But hey, man, there's some killer shows coming up. Let me announce some stuff real quick while I'm on here. Randy Akers has a show in Alabama this weekend. Dude, it is going to be off the hook. It is, dude, it's going to be a huge audio show and bike show. So look at, the Baggers and Tails page. There's going to be a lot of audio there. Next week, man, Milwaukee 120th, you coming?
No.
Why aren't you coming, man?
So
We've got Sound Wars. We got Sound Wars at the 414, Lucky 7 Milwaukee, Lawrence. We've got Sound Wars there, and then we have the Urban Rides All Cycle Showdown. And then we've got one in Indiana, like same thing. Urban Rides All Cycle Showdown. And Sound Wars, because I've been traveling with them all season this year, man. We've been doing our shows together. It's worked out great. And then we've got shows in Sturgis. You come to Sturgis?
So no, I got a grandbaby being born right then.
Man, bring the baby to Sturgis. Hey, hospitals to Sturgis. Hey, just bring them out to Sturgis. Have that baby there. That way it can be a Sturgis baby. But we're doing some big things at the Beaver Bar again this year. We've got Sound Wars Tuesday on the 8th. And we do have the All Cycle Showdown, the Urban Rides All Cycle Showdown on the 8th as well. And then the 9th, we're doing the Thunder at the Dome, and that's inside the Thunderdome, inside the Beaver Bar. We're doing an audio show there. We've got the All Cycle Showdown on the 8th is sponsored by Rusty's, Max Spalding. Love you, brother. Appreciate it. And then Scott Owens from Insane Asylum. He came on with us to do the Thunder at the Dome. And then after that, we have the Urban Rides Street Bagger Magazine. We do the industry party. We do one in Myrtle. We've done one in Daytona. And this time we're doing one in Sturgis, man. It's off the hook. Parking lot pepping. Everyone has a good time. Dancing, food, drinks.
Oh, yeah. If you got something to do with it, hell yeah, it's going to be a good time. So I wanted to ask you real quick about Street Bagger Magazine. What made you start Street Bagger if you already had Urban Rides? I always thought Urban Rides covered the baggers.
Well, we do, but the thing is, it's Urban Rides. We cover a lot of stuff with Urban Rides Magazine. You'll see Softails in there. You'll see we actually, we just did some Vanderhools in there. We've done some cars, some trucks. We've done some different stuff. We're Urban Rides is expanding, and we have so many, so many bagger shoots, and there's so many different genre of baggers now that we really Street Baggers got everything in it. From your everyday rider baggers to the 34-inch audio baggers, performance baggers. We if it's got bags on it, I don't care what, I don't care if it's an Indian, I don't care if it's a Victory, I don't care if it's a Harley. If it's got bags on it, it goes in Street Bagger. Just because we've got so many great photo shoots of so many awesome bikes. I mean, we have a catalog of probably 300 photo shoots right now that we're trying to get out there. So the obvious next step was just opening up starting a new magazine. I talked to Jason. I'm like, look, and Street Bagger is a little bit different than Urban Rides. There's no filler. So Urban Rides we do a lot of articles on different content, whether it be jewelry or bourbon, or we always throw some different stuff in there. We always have Sound War standings and some of the other audio, like the Hills, Mavericks that we do. We try and cover their events as well. We do a lot of different events for people, and we put those events in there. Street Bagger Magazine is nothing but baggers, man. It's just photo shoots, badass photo shoots, no filler. It's for the person that wants to go, and it's online. You can go and you can see all the bikes. And the cool part about it is the bikes that are in Street Bagger, that we do when we do our best of, we pull from Street Bagger and Urban Rides, so we get a little bit of both. Our next Urban Rides is going to be special, man. I spent a day with Danny Dixon, Danny that owns Dixon. Dude, it's when I was in Arizona, spent a day there, toured the wonderland of a facility they have there for their headquarters. The coolest stuff. You're going to see some really great pictures. You're going to see, it's a great interview. I recorded an interview. We were in the Red Drum Room. Everything is themed there at Dixon. When I say the break room, it looks like you walked into World's Gym when you go into their fitness facility, their Zen room with a little waterfall, their concert facility. You talk about one of the coolest places I've ever been. I'll tell you what, years ago, I did some stuff with Richard, did an interview with Richard Rawlings and spent a day at Gas Monkey. And the Dixon facility is like Gas Monkey on steroids when you go in there. Coolest place I've ever been in my life. And got a personal tour from Danny. So it was definitely cool, man. One of those, check that off my bucket list things.
So you're going to have pictures and everything in Urban Rides, but
when Urban Rides comes out, and it'll also be in our next print too, which will come out right after Sturgis.
Right on.
Yeah, so it was cool, man. It was definitely cool sitting down with him, finding out how the Dixon name was originated. The company that he originally got flannels from, the whole story. And we sat down. I had a voice recorder out there. We just sat there and we kicked it and had a whole conversation and found out the whole beginning of from where he started in life to where he is now. And I'll tell you what, one awesome individual. I've never seen a company treat their employees as good as he does. I mean, for me, he made me want to be a better boss. He is such a good dude, and he treats his people amazing.
Right on. It's the way it should be.
Yeah.
It's definitely the way it should be.
Well, how's everything going in your world, man? How's the new company going? You getting into audio and building them baggers? What's going on, man?
So we're paying dues, and you know what I mean by that. It's not easy by any
there's a
means.
learning curve to everything.
But Devin listens really, really well. So he does a lot of homework. Like we're very blessed. Keith Barker, Scott Owens, Lee from Dirty Cycles.
Oh,
we
yeah.
have a lot of people that are friends and talk to us. So when Devin has issues or he's just curious about stuff, he has talked to all those guys multiple times, working little issues out, or even just finding out, hey, well, what if I did this? How would this affect that? And so he's doing really good. The bad thing is when you start a business, and you know it as well as everybody else, you take what you can get as you can get it, because you have to get work in the shop.
Right.
So
something you want to build that big audio, but sometimes you got to do that oil change to make ends meet.
So one thing that's really bit us in our ass is taking in customer work where they bring you their equipment.
Oh, yeah.
It's used equipment, and then it bites us in the ass. And then we just have to tell them, we didn't purchase this equipment. We can't warranty it. Yeah, but you installed it. Well,
really, and that's a learning curve. But you've got to put all that when they sign on the dotted line, when they pick up their bike, and it has to be on there when they drop it off that no warranties on any equipment not purchased from you, because you can't warranty that. You don't know what they're bringing you. Yeah, and
well, the bad thing is they just get upset because they're like, well, it worked when I dropped it off. Well, how do we know it was you handed it to us in a duffel bag?
Right, exactly. But you'll get to a point where you don't have to do that anymore.
No,
but it's Hey, when you started doing seats, you took any seat you could get.
Oh yeah, dude. I wish
Yeah.
I had some of those pictures from those. But my point is, he's doing great and he's learning a lot of stuff, paying dues, which is all part of it. You got to earn this. You know,
Right.
it's not you just if it's given to you, you never appreciate it.
Oh,
So he's
absolutely.
doing really good. But I will say this: our kids, you got to love your kids. This one is becoming expensive because we're not getting the full builds. Well, we decided to tear my bike completely down to the frame. We're just going to go bid so that he can get a full build so people can see that full build.
Sure. Hey, I'm just saying, sometimes it's easier when you've got a full build. And I learned this the hard way because my original Midnight bike, I built that thing 3 times. And I learned over the years that it's cheaper to buy that wrecked bike or whatever, that's got a good title, got a good frame, and just go ahead and build another bike. Then you have two assets instead of doubling the money into one. That's still only worth the same amount when you tore it apart.
Well, that's what I told Devin. He's like, man, are you going to pay me to do any of this work? And I was like, no, I'm not. He's like, why? I said, because it's going to be your fucking bike. Dude, I'm 54. I'm not going to be riding this stereo bike another 10 years. You're going to have to ride it. So no. And he's like, oh, okay. All right, Dad. I said, you just got to build this motherfucker. You have to prove something. You have to prove yourself.
Hey, trust me, I've been out of the audio game for a long time. And, when me and Mike Campbell and Don Ogilvy, we built my Inked bike, and I won Outlaw Class 2 years in a row with that. But I knew hearing these new bikes, that's why my bike went to Troy. Mike and Don are doing different, they're still building bikes, but they're not really building the audio bikes as much. They're building like the everyday rider audio bikes. Mm-hmm. And I knew my knowledge stopped a long time ago where I'm like, I knew I had to take I took my silver bike to Rusty, Max Spalding. He did that one. And my other one got done at Troy Milner. I'm like, I knew I wanted to compete. And I'm like, well, I got to take it to Troy.
Well, and that's, if you watched the show last week, man, that's what it's about. That's what I've been kind of harping on is people need to understand nobody. You cannot show me one person that knows everything. They don't. No. You got to have a good team. You got to have resources to talk to people that want to see you succeide. Like
and most of the builders and most of the people in this industry, 90% of them want to see other people succeed. You've got Scott Owens, you've got Troy, you've got Keith Barker, you've got Max Spalding is phenomenal. I don't know how well you know Mac. Mac is amazing. I talk to Mac almost daily. Between Scott Owens and Mac, I'm on the phone with them. Ben Evans, all these people that will help you because they want to see you succeed. And those are it's awesome that there's still those people left around. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
There's some people that don't want to see people succeed in this business. Right. And it sucks. But those people are out there. But for the most part, you can pick up the phone and most people will help you out.
Well, we've already been told by one builder down here, they're building a 6-speaker specifically to go against us. But they said, hey, I want to help you build your 6-speaker.
Perfect.
And I was like, okay. He goes, I don't care which one of us wins. If you win, more power to you.
Right.
He goes, I just want this end of town to finally get some recognition because there's no real recognition on this end of town.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. And that's the fun part about it is the competition part. Sorry, I have to keep touching my phone because the screen keeps going black. The competitions part is it's fun to compete, but it's when you compete with people that you really don't care. You always want to win, but you don't care if you win or lose because you're competing with people that you respect, that you like, and hell, you're excited to see them win.
That's exactly right.
Trust me, I did that this weekend. I was battling a guy from one of my buddies. We were battling back and forth. I'm still trying to learn this new bike, and whooped my ass a couple rounds. And he took me in a couple classes, and I came back and took the unlimited class. That's like, whew, at least I got something, but I'm still learning how to play the bike. But me and him are high five, and I was happy to see him win. I wanted to win, but I was happy to see my buddy win too. It's like, I don't care if he kicked my ass. Hey, as long as we're having a good time, that's all it's about.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. And I'm just trying so hard. I'm just trying so hard to make sure that we have to be accountable. You got to, just do it correct. We've seen a lot of the ways you do it wrong. We want to make sure you do it right and just hold ourselves accountable with the customers.
Just remember the people that always post pictures of, I can't believe these bikes, or I can't believe this wiring. Man, I'll tell you what, when I see those pictures, it makes me cringe, because I remember I remember 10, 11 years ago when people were doing audio in bikes, and they were doing it like car audio. Car audio is different. I mean, you use different stuff to do car audio than you do bike audio. No one knew then. And you see some of these wire jobs, and I've seen bikes that I know have left the shop looking beautiful and come back, and the customer gets in there, and it's like, you'd be like, what happened to this? And people were like, oh, well, so-and-so shop did this. And it's like, no, it didn't leave the shop like that.
Yeah.
You had something go bad. You did an on-side road repair. So that's the one thing in this industry I wish people would stop doing, is doing I can't believe, look at this. Look at these wires, or look at this part. It's like, hey, everyone's got old bikes that they wish they could bring back and redo.
Yeah. My Blue Road King. It's time. It's time.
Yep, there you go. Anyway. Hey, man, I'm going to jump off here. Hey, y'all have a blessed evening. Love y'all. Hope to see you guys at some of the shows. Hey, Randy Acres this weekend, man, it's going to be off the hook. It's in Pelham, Alabama. Look at the Baggers and Tails page. Sorry, I'm stuttering. And then next weekend, Milwaukee, Lucky 7. Dude, it's going to be off the hook. Brady Street's going to be amazing. We've got 2 shows there. And then, of course, we got Sturgis in Indiana. We got a bunch of shows left for this year. Love y'all. Man. Y'all be good. See ya.
Right on. Good to have our good buddy Daniel Roby on here. It's good to have him on here. So now we got that. I love supporting him, and he supports this show very highly. You guys get over there, check out the urbanridesmagazine.com, get you a copy of that Street Bagger, support it. It's a good thing. But back to what I was saying about the metalworking and the building of the bikes and the motors. Not everybody does everything. Get you a team. Be honest. If you don't know something, just speak up. Speak up and say, hey, man, I don't know how to do this. You busted me, Dan. If you work together, you're going to succeed faster. If you try to do everything on your own and you try to, be that guy, hats off to your dedication, hats off to your ambition. But me personally, I'm never going to claim to know everything. I'm going to reach out to my people, to a lot of people, try to figure things out. Because I just enjoy metalworking. I enjoy building things. I wish we had more time to actually focus on building what we wanted to build, but you got to pay the bills. You got to, make sure there's food on the table. So you got to bench some of the stuff you really want to do to take care of your customers. And like Daniel said, man, you got to do those oil changes. You got to do that stuff to pay those bills. So that's what some people can afford. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a father and giving your child what they need to succeed. If it's your wallet, if you are confident in your child you've raised, it's only money. So Chris, I would not be rebuilding this bike and giving my son full reign on it. All I'm doing is sitting back and directing. So when this bike is built and this bike is done, My son will get 100% credit for building it because he is going to be building it. He's going to be doing all of it. The only part that he's not going to do is the metal fabrication, and that's because he's never really learned the metal fabrication yet. That's the parts I'm still trying to teach him a little bit at a time. But what I want to do to some of this bike, I need to get on it and just have him watch, sit back, absorb what I'm doing, figure it out, and then start practicing it on other stuff. Again, I'd love to sit here and tell everybody, we're fixing to, bring the baddest bike ever built. No, we're not. What we're building the baddest bike to date that we've built as far as the baggers go. We have a lot of stuff on our table right now to do a whole bunch of different types of stuff. But, we're going to keep working hard. We're going to keep moving forward with it. My whole point with this whole show tonight was basically to talk about when you guys get a bike, and let's say it's just a stock Road King, just, pick a year. It doesn't even matter what year. When you tear that bike down, do you just go out and buy parts and bolt them to it? Or do you tear it down completely, put the frame in a frame jig, cut the backbone, cut the down tube, remove the swing arm, and start with just the motor mounts and then build up from the motor mounts? Or do you build a whole entire new frame? What do you do? How do you do it? If you don't know what you're doing and you don't have a frame jig and all that stuff, do you call somebody that has a frame jig that builds those types of things and just buy their frames and then bolt everything together? Because there's companies out there that build drop rail bagger frames. They sell, pre-raked for 30-inch lay frames. I mean, you can buy these things done and have people build those for you. And then you just throw your motor and all your stuff into it, and you have a little bit more of an extreme custom build. I know when I'm doing something, for me, fortunately, welding, I had to take classes, or not classes, but I had to pass certifications to become a welder at the job that I do. So I am a certified stick welder, MIG welder, and TIG welder at my day job. But that's different than what I'm doing at home. What I'm doing at home is I'm welding stuff here, but I still hold myself at that level that I would do it at my day job. The reason for that is because I don't want anybody to ever leave my shop and have to worry about their necks cracking, it being off, something's wrong with it. But like I told you guys almost a year ago, I have a frame jig now. I've never built a frame from scratch. Now, I could go outside, take all the measurements of my Rockstar, figure it all out, build that frame again. I could do that, but I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to find out, how do you build a frame from scratch with nothing to go off of except the wheels and the forks that you want to use? Because I know for a fact you got to have the wheels and the forks set up that you want to use to decipher your rake, your trail, what the overall length and look of the bike's going to be. So I know Brian Barber has built many frames. So I'm having Brian Barber come down, and he's actually going to show me how to lay out my first frame. Once he shows me how to lay it out, I'm probably going to build that frame. And then knowing how the geometry works, then I'm going to build the bike that I want to build. It's just something cool that I want to do. What did Chris say? And that's what I mean. When you're taking something of yours and handing it over to him and give him an opportunity to prove himself and backing it, you are standing next to him and giving best of yourself so he can achieve that goal that he seeks and be able to take all that he learned and make it into something even more. Brian Barber said it will have a banana seat. Maybe, because I don't give a fuck who you are. If you don't like banana seats on those 1970 Schwinn's, you ain't nobody. You ain't even got no taste in your mouth. If you had a 1970s Schwinn and you were between the ages of 7 and 12 years old, if you didn't have a Schwinn with a banana seat, you weren't cool. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But anyway, I bet Brian fell asleep in his shop because now he's got air conditioning and it's so comfortable out there. I bet he was out there and fell asleep. That's why he's just now watching the show. Mr. Working in comfort now. So jealous. He's never going to sweat again in his life. You know, Matthew McConaughey said you got to sweat for at least 30 minutes a day, man. You got to sweat for 30 minutes a day to be right. But anyway, Tim McLaughlin and cards in the spokes. Amen. I'm telling you, Tim. I'm telling you. You know, and you were a really cool, badass dude if you had that 21-inch wide, slick rear wheel, and you had that little tiny 10-inch, 12-inch front wheel with the chopper forks on it. I'm telling you, hell yeah. Oh, he's like a plant worker. Oh, yeah, he's got that good air conditioning. He got that good air going through him now. He's like a plant worker. You bastard, now I'm going to be hated everywhere I go. Let the haters hate. You were going to die. It was 130 degrees in your shop. Let them hate. I'm getting an air conditioner for my shop too because I'm just flat ass jealous. That's all there is to it. Brian Barber beat me to the punch. He beat me to the punch. He has air conditioning in his shop. I want air conditioning. You know, dude, when it's legitimately the temperature inside your shop is 110, 120 degrees, and you have to go outside into the sunlight to cool off, you know you're working in some dangerous environments. You can't be doing that. He said, you bastard, now I'm going to be hated everywhere I go. Blah, ha, ha, ha. He said, Kevin, give him one of your plant shirts. Apple Crate. Oh my God. Is he texting me now? Oh my God. No, he's not texting me. But anyway, no, I'm gonna tell you guys what, if you can afford a air conditioner for your shop, you're stupid if you don't put one in. These heats lately will kill you dead. It's called heat exhaustion. It's called a heat stroke. So I'm glad you got an air conditioner in your shop. It makes me sleep better at night knowing you're going to get some work done comfortably. And Daniel Parrish, I will give him one of my work shirts. Hell, I've got a pair of coveralls. It's a cool 75 up in here now. About to put a hoodie on. He said, I got to put a hoodie on. I'm too cold. Yeah, well, anyway. So, man, I want to thank Daniel Roby for coming on the show. You guys, Tim McNamer said in here, he sold Ballistic. I don't understand. He got 2, plus it keeps the spiders. Did y'all happen to see Tim McNamer came on the show and said he had big news? Where is it at? Did he delete them? Tim, he said he sold Ballistic. That's what he said. Tim McNamer said he sold Ballistic. I have got to get to the bottom of this. Merged with a publicly traded company. Oh, okay. So you didn't sell it completely. You merged it with someone. Okay. That's a little bit different. Okay, cool. Right on. That's actually a good thing if you did that and you merged. That means there's bigger, better things going to be coming for Ballistic. And good for you, Tim. Good for you. But anyway, dudes, our hour is just about up. I did start a couple minutes early tonight. I've got some more work downstairs. I got to get done some seats. I will be busy on choppers all weekend long. Get ready. Pictures are going to start coming. We finally got everything we need. and we're going to start building and get this couple of these bikes in here that are not baggers. Try to get these bikes out of this shop. But anyway, please go to the YouTube channel, The Grind Biker Build Off on YouTube. Go hit subscribe, get the notifications, and watch from there. Thank you, Nancy Weems. I appreciate you. Depends on how authentic you want to keep it. If it's that hot, it's time to go find yourself a 4-foot shop fan. Have a great evening, everybody. What about the game changer build? I don't know what the game changer build is. We're not talking about the game changer build. And you dick, I never said I was building a game changer. If you'd have watched the first half of the show instead of sleeping in your cozy little cold ass shop, you would have known what we said about it. But blam, 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 blam. I got a chopper that needs a seat. Yes, you do, my friend. Yes, you do. We're gonna handle that. YouTube channel pinned on this live. Hell yeah. Thank you, Uncle Bruno. I appreciate you guys. Anyhow, you guys go have a kick-ass night, and we will see you all next Thursday night. Same bat time, same bat channel.